Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back to Yorkshireman66. I am Mark, your entertainment officer, whatever you want me to be. Now, this is another episode of Do You Believe in the Unbelievable? Now, it's not meant to shock or awe people, but it may shock you to what I'm about to read out. So stick with it. So, what is today's episode all about? Well, it's exciting. It's took me a long time to research this because I've had to do it properly, and a lot of rich people are involved with this as well. So, let's go with this one. It's another episode of Do You Believe in the Unbelievable? Synthetic or cultured meat? Now you'll be thinking, what the hell is cultured meat? Well, cultured meat is a meat produced by in vitro cell cultures of animal cells. It's a form of cellular agriculture. Cellular agriculture. Cultured meat is produced by using tissues of engineering techniques traditionally used in regenerative medicines. The concept of cultured meat was popularized by Jason Matheny in the early 2000s after he co-authored a paper on cultured meat production and created New Harvest, the world's first non-profit organisation dedicated to in vitro meat research. Get me so far? In 2013, Professor Mark Post at Maastricht University pioneered a proof of concept for cultured meat by creating the first hamburger patty grown directly from cells. Since then, other cultured meat prototypes have gained media attention. Super Meat opened a laboratory restaurant called The Chicken in Tel Aviv to test consumers' reaction to its chicken burger, while the world's first commercial sale of cell cultured meat occurred in December 2020 at the Singapore restaurant 1880, where cultured meat manufactured by the US firm Eat Just was sold. The production process is constantly evolving and driven by multiple companies. Applications of cultured meat have led to ethical health, environmental, culture, and economic discussions over it. So that's it, basically. That is what cultured meat is. That's what synthetic meat is all about. There is other companies involved. Um, you the theoretical possibility of growing meat in an industrial setting has long captured the public imagination. In his 1931 Easy 50 Years Hence, Winston Churchill wrote, "We shall escape the absurdity of growing a whole chicken to heat, the breast or a wing, growing these parts separately under sustainable medium." In the 1950s, Dutch scientist William van Heelen independently came up with the idea of cultured meat as a child during the Second World War. Van Heelen suffered from starvation, leading him to be passionate about food production and food security. As an adult, he attended the University of Amsterdam. At one point, he attended a lecture discussing the prospects of preserved meat, coupled with the discovery of cell lines earlier in the century. This enriched the idea of cultivated meat. In vitro cultivation of muscle fibres was first performed successfully in 1971 when pathology Professor Russell Ross cultured a guinea pig otter. He reported smooth muscle derived from the inner media and intima and immature guinea pig otter were grown from up to 8 weeks in cell culture. The cells maintain the morphology smooth muscle at all phases of their growth in culture after growing to confluency. They grew in multiple overlapping layers by week 4. In culture, microfibers 110A appeared within the space between the layers of cells. Basement membrane-like material also appeared adjacent to the cells. Analysis of the microfibrils showed they have amino acid composition similar to that of the microfiber protein of the intact elastic fiber. These investigations, coupled with the radiographic observatories of the ability of erratic smooth muscle to synthesize a secret extracellular proteins, demonstrate that this cell is connective tissue synthetic cell. In 1991, John F. Vane of the United States filed for an ultimately secure patent US for the production of the tissue engineered meat for human consumption, where muscle and fat would be grown in segregated fashion to create food products. In 2001, the University of Amsterdam dermatologist, water research and business person William van Hellen and business person Willem van Kooten announced that they had filed for a worldwide patent in process to produce cultured meat. In the process, a matrix of collagen is seeded with muscle cells, which are then bathed in nutritious solution induced to divide. That same year, NASA began conducting experiments on cultured meat with the intent of allowing far-travelling astronauts to grow meat without sacrificing storage. In a partnership with Morris Benjaminson Truro College, they were able to cultivate pieces of goldfish, later turkey. In 2003, Oren Kutz and Longzer of the Tissue Culture Art Project, Harvard Medical School, exhibited a gnat steak, few centimetres wide, grown from frog stem cells, which was cooked and eaten. The goal of the expedition was to start the conversation surrounding the ethics of cultured meat. Was it ever alive? Was it ever killed? Is it any way disrespectful to an animal to throw it away? In the early 2000s, an American public health student, Jason Matheny, travelled to India and visited a chicken factory. From a public health perspective, he was appalled by the implications of the system for human consumers. Upon returning to the United States, Matheny teamed up with 3 scientists involved in NASA's effort to culture meat. The 4 commenced research on lab-based meats. They published their findings in 2005, the first peer-reviewed lecture on the subject in 2004. Matheny founded New Harvest, which aims to encourage development in the field by funding public research. In 2008, PETA offered $1 million prize to the first company to bring lab-grown chicken meat to consumers by 2012. Constant was required to complete 2 tasks before receiving the prize: produce cultured meat and produce that was indisguisable from the real chicken, and produce the product in large enough quantities to be competitively sold in at least 10 states. The contest was later extended until March the 4th, 2014. Since the challenge was first announced in 2008, researchers around the world have made significant progress, although nothing has reached the mass market deadline eventually expired without a winner. In 2008, the Dutch government invested $4 million into experiments regarding cultured meat. The In Vitro Meat Consortium, a group formed by international researchers, held the first international conference on the matter, hosted by the Food Research Institute of Norway in April 2008. Time magazine declared cultured meat production to be one of the 50 breakthrough ideas of 2009. November 2009, scientists in Netherlands announced they had managed to grow meat using cells from a live pig. First public trial. First cultured meat hamburger produced in 2013. And a rich taste, the world's first cultured hamburger, 5th of August 2013. The first cultured beef burger patty was created by Mark Post and Maastricht University. It was made from over 20,000 thin strands of muscle tissue and cost over 300,000 and needed 2 years to produce. In 2019, it was estimated the price will fall to $10 by 2021. The burger was tested on live television in London, 5th of August 2013. I must have missed that one. It was cooked by chef Richard McGowan, Couch's Great House Restaurant, Cornwall, tested by critics Annie Rutzler and food researcher from the Future Food Studio. John Squirrel Rutzler stated there is really a bite to the quite some flavour with the browning. I know there is no fat in it, so I didn't really know how juicy it would be, but there is quite some intense taste. It's close to meat. It's not that juicy, but the consistency is perfect. This meat to me is really something to a bite. I think the look is quite similar to Rutzler added that even in a blind trial, she would have taken the product for meat rather than the soya copy. So there you go. So that's cultured meat. And it could be going to a supermarket near you sometime soon. You never know. So that is what we call cultured meat. Now, you've heard that. Now, there is synthetic meat companies out there. It's cell-based meat, the next big thing. Here are 5 companies leading the revolution. So you have, it's cell-based meat, the next big thing. Here are 5 companies leading the revolution. This was published October 8th, 2020, by the way. From the lab to plate, cell-based meat might not get the taste buds salivating, but it has certainly whet the appetite for investors. The race to move meat grown in laboratories onto supermarket shelves and onto dinner plates is eating up companies working labs to cultivate cell-based meat, seafood, also known as clean or cultured, unlike plant-based meats which have grown popularity in the US around the world. Cultured meat is a lab-grown meat alternative produced from animal cells. However, cultured meat faces serious challenges with cost reduction, scale up and regulatory approval, and no lab-grown meat product has yet reach the market, according to a new report by the market research and company ID Tech Exco. Even if it does overcome these obstacles, getting consumers to bite is another hurdle. A recent study from the University of Sydney and Curtin universities found that 72% of Generation Z, defined by the study as individuals born between 1985 and 2002, which will be keen on eating lab-grown meat, despite the fact that it eliminates the need to slaughter animals. Meanwhile, plant-based products are growing in popularity. Sales of alternative products have skyrocketed during the past few years. Investments into the industry are surging just 3 months after going public last year. Shares Beyond Meat (BYND) had increased 500%. Beyond Meat's arrival, Impossible Foods products are now available in fast food restaurants across the USA, and in recent KFC trial release in Atlanta, GA Beyond Meat's fried chicken analogues sold out in less than 5 hours. So there you go, plant-based meat is in KFC. Reed, Nestle loses incredible battle with Impossible Foods over burger name. Here's our 5 companies identified by iTechEX by leading the cultured meat revolution. Mosa Meat, founded in 2013, Dr. Mark Postman, Knightsbridge University, was that same year cooked and tasted the world's first cell-cultured hamburger in London. So that's Mosa Meat. Which was the first hamburger which was produced from bovine muscle cells grown in the lab and founded by Goog, co-founder Sergey Brin. Grown the beef pate for around $9. In September, the startup announced the first closing of 55 million as a part of a larger Series B funding round led by the Luxembourg-based food technology Found Blue Horizon Ventures. It joins existing investor Switzerland Bell Food Group and N Ventures, that the venture capital arm of German drug maker MKKGY. The company is focused on scaling up the production of process and getting the first products on the market in the next 3 to 4 years. So 2021, 22, 23, 24. It could be 24 or 25, correct? So there you go. This is, well, I won't go into all of that, but that's basically in a nutshell. Now, what I'm saying to you is, there is Subway in this country. They've been criticised for having what we call fake fish. It's synthesised fish. I do believe it's a plant-based fish product, what they sell in Subway. And it's sold around the UK, but people are saying, oh no, it's all fake, it's not real fish. Well, no, it's not, it's plant-based. See, it's meant for the vegetarians and things like that. But as cultured or synthetic meat have a future? Well, it does, according to Bill Gates. Now, I don't know how true this is. I can't find a lot of information about it, but there is information that Bill Gates is buying up farmland faster than ever, and apparently he's going to build a big food where they can create cultured meat and literally get it to market. Now, he's investing loads of money, and we all know why, because he wants to become richer, which he will do. I mean, if plant-based meat has gained 500% since its launch, what is cultured meat going to do if he can get over the fact that it's not from an animal? It's animal cells, but it's grown in a lab. You know what I mean? and it will taste vastly different from normal meat. But is it a step forward or is it a step too far? That's what you've got to decide. For me, it'd be a step. For me, I wouldn't want to eat it. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. But I'm not going to get into that argument. My argument is I like proper meat. Having cellular based cultured meat, it is completely different. It will taste completely different. And things like that. You know what I mean? I've had soya products, I've had soya sausage and things like that. Some soya sausage are very good. Some soya sausage, and a lot of people do argue, well, they taste like mushroom. Well, that's what a mushroom is, it's soya. So there you go. But to me, it'd be a step too far. But to people like the vegans and the vegetarians, it'd be a step for the future. It will stop the slaughter of animals. Oh, would it? I don't think it would. No, I don't think it would. I think what it could do, culture meat, the good it could do, is into those countries where they can't afford. Hence, Africa, Vietnam, China, things like that. Where poor people are suffering and things like that. You know what I mean? But that is what. So now you know what I've been researching for a long, long time. But like I say, there's rumours of Bill Gates buying up farmland so he can build a big factory to do cellular based meat, as we call I call it synthesized meat, but it's cultured meat. It's grown in a petri dish basically, and things like that. So, what do you think? A lot of people think, when I first mentioned it to people around, people went, well, that doesn't happen. You would be telling a lie. No, I'm not telling a lie. As you just said, I've done the research. I won't be telling a lie. It's been going round for years. You know what I mean? They've been doing this. They've been trying to create a synthetic meat for years, since I was born. You know what I mean? You've had, soya products came about in 70s and 80s. So I do know, you know what I mean? And vegetarian meals were coming out in the late 70s, early 80s as well. The very first, they've got the place in the market and things like that. Even though I'm not a vegetarian and I'm never going to be a vegetarian, but there you go. But synthetic meat, is it a thing? Well, it's going to become a thing, isn't it? I mean, I think it's going to gain a lot more traction because they're putting a lot more money into it. So I think eventually, I mean, they say that was 2020, that statement I read. So 2021, 22, 23, 24. By the year 2024, we should have cultured meat on our table, basically. So it's going to a supermarket near you very soon. That's the hope. So it's going to be it is going to be a thing. It is going to come true eventually, but it's going to cost a lot of money, and they need to get it down to a reasonable price where we, the customer, can buy it. I mean, there is no way I'm going to buy a pack of beef burgers for 20 quid. Got no chance. You know what I mean? And things like that. And they have to make it attractive as well to us, to the consumer. They have to make it attractive so we'll buy it. So there you go. That's what's going on right now. And like I say, Bill Gates is involved in it as well. I mean, I know he's buying up farmland. I know he's wanting to build big factories and things like that. But also, he's wanting to add to his fortunes. So, good luck to him. You know what I mean? Good luck. If he's seen a gap in that market, fill it. Good luck. But yeah, culture. I think culture meat is going to become it's going to become a thing of the future. Yeah, and like I said, it could be in a supermarket near you anytime soon. Right, if you've liked, if by some chance you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new. It's free to subscribe, so subscribe if you're new for more information like what I've just given you. Hit the bell icon and that will let you know when I'm putting up another video. Also, please share the video to other social media like Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and comment below as well and share to your friends and family and comment below. That is another way where we can talk. Yeah, I mean, I do talk. Keep it on topic though. So if you want to talk about games, go to a gaming related video and talk about games. This is about cultured meat. This is about synthetic meat, as I call it, and keep it on topic. But we can have a discussion below, so comment and let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I'm on Instagram, Yorkshireman66, no gaps. I'm on Twitter, at Yorkshireman66. And I'm on Facebook group, Yorkshireman66. That's what my Facebook group is called. And I hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. For now. Bye.